Straps tight, sun's high, engines humming in the hangar lot. Dust rise, door drop. We were born to outrun the clock. Scars in the hole from the last close call, carbon scoring like badges on the wall. All my friends say she's past her prime, then she jumps to life in space and time. Punch it, Falcon, tear that sky in two. Every long shot somehow pulls us through. She's ugly, she's stubborn, but she don't back down. Punch it, Falcon, we're legends now. Wow! Cards on the table, winner takes the ship. Wanted with the grin and a shaky grip. Now it's buys, runs, gun runs. Nights on the run, laughing in the dark when an asteroid spinning like a loaded dice. Fly through the fire, never flinch twice. Tie bolts tracing every move we make. She just shivers once, loses them in the way. Punch it, Falcon, tear that sky in two. Every long shot somehow pulls us through. She's ugly, she's stubborn, but she don't back down. Punch it, Falcon, we're legends now. Whoa! Every final dawn, but when the world's on fire and hopes run dry, she rattles, she rises, we still fly. Punch it, Falcon, tear that sky in two. Every long shot somehow pulls us through. She's ugly, she's stubborn, but she owns this town. Punch it, Falcon, we're legends now. Oh! Punch it, Falcon, ride that burning blue. Every scar plate, every bolt is proof. She's loyal, wears the crown. Punch it, Falcon, we're legends now.
Attention, collectors! A new mission has been issued. Today's objective, secure the limited edition Captain Rex before he sells out. Or the bots, claim every last one. Welcome to Operation Pop Drop.
Hello, everyone. Just had to turn that light on there. So, I was trying to do this live stream yesterday for everybody. I thought it would have been fun to do a live stream, see if we can get Rex. And there's some little complications. I was trying to figure out how to mirror and everything. So I was doing it on the phone as opposed to on the laptop. So there's a little bit of the craziness of trying to figure that out. Kind of very last minute on that. Because I wasn't quite sure how that was going to work. You doing the whatnot and what have you for the auction. But I will tell you, I was on that stream on Whatnot, Chalice Collectible stream from 3 p.m. all 10 hours to 1 a.m. And I did not win, not a one. Did not win a Rex whatsoever. So I will say this. I guess Chalice Collectibles and Funko does not give a crap about if everybody has a chance to get it, because they allow in that stream for multiple people to, or not, I didn't say multiple, you're allowed to get multiple winners on that pop. So in my opinion, if you're getting an LE and you get one and it's a giveaway, your name's taken out. So in all honesty, Child's Collectibles feedback, bullshit. That's bullshit. Let's try to make it so everybody has fun. Otherwise, you just piss people off and it hurts your name. Maybe it doesn't, because I saw those auctions going, and like for a common Princess Leia original number 4 in a black box, dinged and damaged, sold for 24. What are you doing? It wouldn't even sell for 24 and was brand new. So I don't know. I just thought the auctioning for some of those dings boxes and stuff I saw, especially me knowing a lot of Star Wars ones, they were going for definitely twice more than what, in my opinion, of the value of what they're worth. That was just me. I don't know if it's the craze of the auction or whatnot, but that's just that was just my thought on that. But again, I was there. Now people were being a little impatient and stuff like that, trying to get their Rexes and whatnot. Hey, it stinks. There's a little bit of craziness towards the end. I think people, you've been up there 8, 9, 10 hours. I think you got a little tired of. Yeah, so I know I personally saw at least 2 names that had won earlier. So I feel that. One person won 2 of them yesterday. So I agree. It is a bit unfair. 100%. Who's that? Benny in the yard use. 100%. And I'm just saying that because I have a brand, right? I have Poptography, and when I do my commercial photography, it's Patrick Connor Photography, right? I'm only as good as my last image. And what I mean by that is the image that I put out to deliver to the customer, I'm only measured by the success of that. So if I'm a collectible store and I'm being measured on sales and stuff like that, I guess that kind of comes and goes, dissatisfaction, whatnot. But I would think when you have a very big hype for this limited edition, in my opinion, it should be like that. Even Funko had it when you did the San Diego Comic-Con Kyber crystals. You could enter the raffle to get chosen, right? You get chosen for the LE. You did that. You can actually, if you have your Funko rewards points, you can actually go on and use, I think it was like 200 or 400 rewards points, but you can use those to actually get a second entry in. And I was very excited. I got 1 Ahsoka and 1 Darth Maul Kyber crystal. So very, very, very excited for that. So talking about those. So that's what they look like. And they looked phenomenal, guys. I think these look really, really good. Really, really good. Hey, Chris, how you doing there, Christopher? From Seriously Star Wars stopping in. Now, he probably had much better luck up there in Canada because they've got EB Games. And if you're lucky enough, and Christopher, I hope you did, run to every store you can nearby you, because I believe, I don't know if I heard it from you or somebody else. I think it was you that said it, Chris. Canadian stores get 1 each. So, and I think that might be better if you're the early bird. You got up and got there and got your Rex. That'd be awesome. And I'm not sure if you guys were able to get the raffles for the Maul and Ahsoka. I'm not sure how that worked out there in Canada or whatnot. But very excited. I was able to get 1 of each. That's all I really wanted. These look absolutely fire. Now, definitely want the Rex. So I'd be willing to trade. I'm putting that out there. If you have a Captain Rex, I'm willing to trade a Maul or an Ahsoka Kyber crystal. So, you know how to reach me. You can get me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You know how to get me. So if you're interested in a trade, let me know, because I'm interested. I want that Rex. Not only how bad I want that Rex, right before the stream started, I went back on the TikTok on the Chalice Collectibles 3 times today. Still didn't win. And today when they do them on TikTok, they'll raffle them off. You get the little option on the left for the givey. When you do it, as you can see here, I got a little disappointing message just saying, hey, you didn't win. Whatever. It sucks, but I tried. But that Captain Rex is pretty awesome looking. And again, I just think it's kind of cool that we don't get a lot of Star Wars LEs. And I think a lot of people are bitter after that awesome 750-piece Starkiller went out. No one really got it. it did seem to go better. I'm curious. I want to hear from you guys. Did you guys find that this whole Chalice Collectibles giveaways, whether it was on the Whatnot or TikTok today, did you find that much better than the Event General Grievous limited edition exclusive they had? I think that was a 9,500 piece as well. I'm curious. I want to hear what you guys think on that. Oh, we got another comment here. Who do we got here? Benny and the Goose. I used my points for the Ahsoka and was disappointed when I saw they were available to purchase after drawing. I did get an Ahsoka nonetheless. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Benny. But you know what? I 6-7, as my kids would say. I don't really. I give it a gamble. Like, I use the points. What else am I going to use them for necessarily? Could I use it for the mystery box and the sci-fi mystery box, hoping for a Star Wars proto? I could. I really don't do the mystery boxes that much. If anything, a mystery box, it would at least have to be definitely Star Wars, not like something I don't know. And tune in because I do have a new segment. I did get a box of the Cosby's blind boxes, Star Wars. So we're going to be opening up and we're going to be doing a new segment. Just like today was a different new segment. When we do drops and stuff like that, we're going to call it Operation Pop Drop. I'm going to be kind of branding the other session to do more stuff like that in that kind of realm. So you'll see some of the branding and stuff and some of the ideas for segments for the channel will be changing this year, trying to get a little more cohesive. A little more branding wrapped around it, so that there's a little more going on. Like, for instance, there's going to be, I haven't done that many in a while because it takes a little bit. So for instance, I would do a lot of behind the scenes from my pop to photo kind of stuff like that. We're going to give it a kind of branding is going to be the force and focus. So we're going to have that. We're going to have, like I said, the, Operation Pop Drop when we have big releases and stuff like this. Again, I really want to do that live. And maybe next time I was even thinking about doing it today. I just really don't want to sit there like I did last night for 10 hours and keeping you guys engaged for 10. I don't even know if I could keep you engaged for 10 hours, losing every damn bit. And they were throwing about last night. It wasn't every hour. Today on TikTok, it's like every hour they're going to be giving out 5. Where last night they were doing like kind of like every half hour or whatnot. It seemed like it was definitely more than every hour last night. And they were going crazy. It's going crazy. So if you did get them, that's awesome. I just hope they didn't go into a lot of scalpers' hands because I just think they really deserve to be in the fans of the collectors and the people that really want them, especially Star Wars fans, right? If you're not out there collecting Star Wars Funkos and you're snatching up those Captain Rexes or those Ahsoka and Maul Kyber crystals, to just turn around and flip, I don't know. I don't make a living doing that. Maybe people do. I just work my full-time job and then, come here and have some fun with my Funko. And maybe that's kind of why I got into Funko, right? Because I wanted to have fun. In my day job, I used to actually do a lot of packaging and photography in the studio for a brand. And then the layoffs happened years ago, and I ended up getting a job in IT and been working out since, and just kind of got into the Funko and then turned that into what we have today, but photography, just trying to have fun, keep the edge and whatnot. So stupid how they were doing it down in the States. At least up here, they had them at the EB games, but there's only one per store. Yeah, Christopher, it seriously started that again. I had mentioned it. So if you guys don't know, my buddy Christopher over at Serious Star Wars, he lives up in Canada, near Edmonton and stuff like that. And he actually was explaining that every store not every store, but I think they got 125 EB games. They each got one of those limited edition Captain Rexes. So I guarantee, I know Christopher is pretty sharp and not dim-witted. So I'm sure he, like gangbusters, is out there at one store early in the morning. As soon as shipping was hitting, he was trying to hit one of those stores as fast as he can, as early as he can. And I think as that kind of picked up a little bit more and more collectors might have in the Canadian area probably caught on to that as well. So that's pretty cool, Christopher. Hopefully you I'll have to talk to you after. I haven't caught up with you. So hopefully you got one. Hopefully you got one Rex, at least one. If I could go to every store in my area, if that was like, I would bang, 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 at least get one. at least get one and be happy. If there's someone out there like I know K-Dog and Fish wanted one. I think the Chris and Heather from Gasolcast were able to get them, which also brings up another crazy thing. So everyone that's going to San Diego Comic-Con this weekend, last night was the preview night. So it's a little more limited. It's not like everybody's going to preview night. So they had preview night, and there was some scandal at the Funko booth. Yeah, I know. There's always something going on at the Funko booth. But no, the Funko booth there, absolutely phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, there's plenty of videos. I think Top Pops, Tristan, does an excellent video showing you the San Diego Comic-Con booth. And I'm sure there are plenty other Funko influencers out there that are doing videos on that. Now, some of the things I saw that Funko did at the San Diego Comic-Con, I was really excited. I loved how they had the interactive, because they're really pushing the whole mystery. Again, I'm not totally a big fan of mystery. I don't know if you guys are. If I spend my money on something, I kind of want to know what it is. I don't want to be like, I already have it and get a dupe. Like, I don't like it. I just buy what I want. So I know I want it, put it on there. I don't get the thrill of that too much, unless it's like a collection of like, I know every one of them is a banger that I want. And most of the time that's the case. So, but I know there's rumor that for the 50th anniversary for Star Wars, there'll be some mystery pops. And I'm hoping if that's the case, that'd be very cool going into the 50th for Star Wars Celebration, have something like that there. Other things I noticed, because I loved how they did that. They had the interactive thing where you went in and you had to kind of do this game. It's like a puzzle. It reminded me when I was on the Star Cruiser, the Halcyon, and you had to do some things like that in the engineering room. Reminds me a lot of what I saw at the Funko booth in the San Diego Comic-Con. Like I saw they had like the plants one. You had to have the light and the water and stuff like that. And then there's another horror one, and you had to know the certain things and look for creepy clues in the room. So kind of cool. I like that. So I hope they have something cool and interactive for Star Wars Celebration like that. Another thing that Funko did was also they had the Pop Yourself for the new Spider-Man. And that is really, really unique experience because you only get it there at the con. So it's totally unique. I even think it in the hard, clear stack, it had like the spider webs on it, like on the corners and stuff. Super cool. Again, please bring that for Star Wars Celebration. I'd love to see that. I would love to, instead of me taking duplicate pops and buying them on the cheap and then popping my little Pop Yourself head on them, I'd love to just be able to get something really cool like that. So hoping that can carry forward with Star Wars Celebration. But so, all right, we talked about the booth. There's tons of stuff, really phenomenal. You should see it, like the graphic art panels and stuff like that, the way they had. Very cool. Very, very cool. They had some surprises. I think Shabuzi was going to show up today to kick things going, probably a little bit later, get the party started. So it just looked like it was a fun time, but without any craziness, right? You think it's preview night. They had a scandal. Apparently, they sold out of all the pops. Like the first wave of people, and there's 2 more waves of people to go after. They were gone by the first wave. Gone. And from what I've heard just from watching the Gasolcast, Chris and Heather posted, there is speculation at this point. No one's been able to prove it. But dude, if this is how they did it, brilliant. Someone actually went out, probably on Amazon or whatnot, and just bought those cheapy little wristbands that when you go out to a club, a bar, anywhere, theme park, and they put those little wristbands that just stick, cheapy things, and you rip them off at the end of the day. They must have bought a bunch of colors, and to get there, and once they saw what was being given out to, because I think what Heather was saying, you had to be selected. So you got chosen, you've got a wristband, and then you would be able to be in the line to kind of get into the previews night and buy some of those exclusives. So apparently people went and bought their own, stuck them on, and just rated that and like cleaned it out. So my light just died. So anyway, so that was just craziness, crazy. I haven't heard anything great. Brilliant idea, bad overall. I mean, if you're going to try to pull a scam, I guess that was a pretty smart one. But probably not that cool to the Funko community and fans. It just messes everything up. So try to keep things fair. That's all we ask. I mean, that's what it's about, having fun. You're going to go. You might get a little disappointed because you might not always get what you want. But it's even more disappointing when you know there's BS going on behind the scenes. So please, let's keep it fair, keep it fun, guys. Have a great time at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm excited because the mall and Ahsoka Kyber crystals should be coming soon. So I'll be able to do my little happy dance with it. Very, very excited that I got those. I was excited to get those. That's insane that Funko couldn't make scam-free wristbands. At least that Funko logo. Yes. It's funny you say that, Benny, because that's exactly what Heather said. Just brand them. Have them brand it. Even that could be for it. Let me tell you guys, I know what can be done. I was a hungry college student back in my day, and this is long before we were doing Photoshop and stuff. And I learned how to do an ID when I was in my college fraternity, and we could crank them out. Like, I think it was Virginia IDs back in the days in the mid 90s. It was the system I had to make an ID back in the day was crazy. And that was like pre-Photoshop and all that stuff. So you could imagine it was like Animal House, the craziness that we came up with this idea to do that. But that was in the past. It was a fun time. But again, who would have thought to make wristbands and fake it to get this is coming to a whole new level of crazy stalking for your collectibles. I mean, that's just crazy, people. Like, come on. At the end of the day, it's pop, it's vinyl. I love them, you love them. But I'm not going to extreme lengths to screw people out of them. That's just crazy. Again, you're there. You probably spent gobs of money. If you're not from the California area, you probably spent gobs of money to get out to San Diego Comic-Con. Hotels and stuff, they aren't cheap. Trust me, I got my hotel for Star Wars Celebration, and that costs more than probably everything I'm going to spend there. So I know it's costly. So have fun, keep it fun. You would think some kind of pass and lanyard similar to what you get at conventions for general access. Yeah, Christopher, I don't know how best to do that. Like how they could better do that. You're right. Maybe it is a lanyard. Maybe it's something that's scannable. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you're getting a certain thing. It's got a QR code. And when you come across, they have to scan the QR code. And if it doesn't match, maybe something like that, and then you get, at that point, if that's a good idea. Say you get a lanyard, like a badge that you could throw into your lanyard. Let's not do the whole lanyard. You have a lanyard from the con. They give you a thing to slide into it just to get into the Funko, right? So it gets a QR code, but you only get it and you can't leave the line once you're in it, right? So, okay, I hand you that card. It's there. No one's going to come by and take it, right? And, let me go. What, are they going to go out run across the street to a hotel, scan it and figure it out? I doubt that. But if you did it and they didn't scan it until you got up into the front of that line and they're admitting you, and then they scan it and it's like, okay, yep, it hasn't been used, and they let you through, right? Because if you can do a QR code once it's used, it expires like a token, they can go through. So that could possibly be something, because then when it scans, it's already been scanned, or they screwed around with it and it's not legit. They could be publicly shamed by the rest of the fans in line. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe we just toss Funko Pops that are garbage at them, like ones that we really hate and want to get out of the collection to save space for really cool ones. Take them, peg them with them. I don't know. Make a dunk booth with them, set them up there, and you throw the Funko Pops at it until they sink. I don't know. Death by Funko, stoning them with Funko Pops. I don't know, but there should be some kind of public humiliation for the assholes that do that. That's just my opinion. Heather, Chris from Gasolcast, if you ever catch this, I want to hear what your thoughts would be on how you would handle those scammers. Also, as Funko collector, a lanyard or special card would be an exclusive collector. That's a good point. That is a good point. And you know what? That would really look nice too. Let me pull one. So that's a great idea. And I just thought of something too when you mentioned that, because I did get some of the Pop Mart cards that come with the blind boxes, right? The little Pop Mart collectibles, and this is from the Mando wave. But what if they did something like this, right? You get a card. It's the card that matches a collectible Pop or an LE or whatnot. So the card matches the Pop, and with it kind of adds more value, kind of like the old vintage figures used to come with a coin, and the coins themselves are expensive and rare. But imagine that, you have the card and the pop, and together it added value, and maybe you do something with the box or something that you could slide the card in there. So once you have, I don't know, just thinking of ideas, but that Benny and Christopher, those are good ideas. I think the card, like have a collectible card, maybe the back has a QR or something that scans and again tokenizes it, authenticates it. If it's been used, you're screwed. And then we death by Stony and the Funko Pops. That'd be fun. So I don't know, but we'll see. But I hope everyone out there that's getting to go to San Diego Comic has a great time. Doesn't let any of that what happened Thursday night sour you guys and your experience out there. I hope you're all able to get the collectibles you want, whether Star Wars or not. I only care about Star Wars because that's just my bag. I stay in my lane. These things could rack up, and if you love everything, because Funko does a lot of great stuff, you could be in the poorhouse. You'll just be all Funko. But I just stick with the Star Wars. So I got my Ahsoka and my Maul Kyber Crystal. Very excited for that. Thank you. I thought Funko that went very smooth. I was very excited for that. So thank you for that opportunity to score one. And again, I will try to pop back on Chalice Collectibles on TikTok tonight. I think the stream's going to go on for a few more hours anyway. It's like, probably going on to midnight or 1 again. So check it out if you haven't. I might pop on there and try it again to see what my luck is. It's been shit so far. It is what it is, though. But I had fun. Is there hype around this? Yes. Does everyone want one? Hell yeah. It's just awesome. Especially if you loved Rebels. That was a really great idea, Funko. Because Star Wars Rebels brought a lot of people in, new, older fans. It got the people that love the animation, like Clone Wars, stuff like that, got them into it. Now people are into that, got into Ahsoka. So it really kind of carries on that legacy, but it's just a great show. And Captain Rex being a fan favorite, having him done in Star Wars Rebels better than the Smuggler's Bounty one. I thought that was kind of cool. So it was a smart move, in my opinion. I think that was a really clever, really genius move on Funko's part and the sculptors to come up with that concept and that character to do for this LA. So anyway, listen, I want to keep this short, guys. I wasn't going to drag this out. If I was going to do that, I would have just gone live yesterday at 3:00. Well, 3:00, I was just, I couldn't have done that because I was working, but I had the phone on my phone on in the chat doing the thing, letting the auctions go. But I would have loved to have kept you on and bored you to death for disappointment for 10 hours, but I want to save you that as well. So thank you for coming on tonight. Like I said, I just want to talk about this. It was kind of fun. There's a lot of things going on at San Diego Comic-Con, the exclusives. I know some of my other friends out there are looking for all these other pops, like the Invincible pops and the Absolute pops, the DC ones that they had. So I hope you guys score those as well. I really do. And I hope everyone has a great time at San Diego Comic-Con. Check out that Funko booth. Check out Thrill Joy's booth. Check out $7 a pop. Check out Rocky Moto. There's a lot of great vinyl collectible figures and friends that we all have in this community that are all out there. Thinking of the $7 a pop and Gasocast. Mischief Choice, check them out. They're over there. They've got pins. I guess they forgot them last night, but they're going to have them there today at Rocky Moto. I know a lot of people are looking for them. So if you guys are going to be stopping by, check those guys out too. They're friends. They're part of our community. And we just want to give them some support, especially when you're driving cross country, lugging all your merch out there, hawking your wares and stuff like that, and putting a real good effort to this. I know Mischief Choice has some really cool stuff and some more exclusives and stuff. Again, I thank you guys for tuning in quickly tonight. I hope I didn't bore you to death. I didn't keep you on for 10 hours last night, waiting to see if we won the Rex. I will figure that out for the next time to do something like that so we can join, and maybe I won't have to be on there for a 10-hour stream, and maybe we could be an hour and a half or so and score. That'd be kind of cool. We'll see. We don't know. We'll roll the dice, but that's what we have the new segment Operation Pop Drop for. Again, thank you guys for tuning in. Hope you have a great evening, and may the force be with you. Until the next time.